Hello, hello. Actually, hi guys. Nice to see you back. This is the third episode of the my playthrough with Isabella. And I realized actually in the last episode I did a mistake. Shame on me. I know Isabella, you are a little bit angry. The and I didn't done actually quite a very good calculation regarding the um, work actually you're gonna receive, the amount of production actually you're gonna receive. Because if we remember correctly, when I added this, when I added the baskets, actually, um, and this guys, I'm really sorry. No, honestly, I'm really sorry. I'm not kidding. It was not. The For the quality of life, it was not something like adding me how to say that it was not adding me uh, initially it was something like 56 I think, and it was adding me 15, and now 15 plus 56, it's actually 71. It was not 61. I was thinking about. So this one here will gonna get transformed to 1.4. In this case, and again, I'm apologizing. Okay, it's 1.4 multiplied by 12. It's actually 16.8. So already I gave you which gonna translate it to 16. So already you can see just by adding instead of the baskets. I don't know why it's here 60. I think I have investment trading. Okay, I think I have an event. But um, so honestly, plus 10, okay, 67. Okay, so yeah, again, big kudos to the developers, guys. I don't know who is doing the math over there, and what does it mean? 6650. So this is 67, okay. This number is correct. The current value, don't know about it. So literally, if I was to add actually instead of the baskets, I used I added actually the perfume. I had already advantage. Okay, so this because at 70% already you gain, as you can see here, uh, you gain already 40% in the production, uh, in the city production. Okay. So really sorry, guys. I starting to do calculation according to uh, according to ARA, and yeah, I love this game. And let me correct everything. So 1.4 multiplied by 15 is gonna give me 21 here. Okay, not 18. So as you can see already, the values are going a little bit much more. The difference between baskets and perfume, they gonna increase and increase a little bit much more. And 1.4 multiplied by 20 is gonna give me actually 28. So um, this is also important to acknowledge that having a very good stat in the happiness will give you literally a big boost in developing your city. So, for instance, if I had to change now because I woke up with the perfume, now it is literally gonna jump. Okay, so I have something like 18. Uh, so I had this event, investment trading, which gave me plus 10 for a few turns, but forget about this, and literally I gonna bid something like 72, and the I gonna have something like 16 according to my calculation normally. Okay, which is a little bit better than 15 I had before. Not too much, it's only one difference. The problem is I'm not producing the perfume. Sometimes you need to take into account which goods you are producing, which goods you are not producing. Though you can slot these goods immediately. Another so I advanced a little bit in the game. Not too much. I didn't miss too much. Uh, and actually, I settled a second city here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, 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 easy. Picenum. Okay. And so for the first city in ARA, you're gonna have this event, which is gonna give you the possibility of choosing from free potential. So uh, you're gonna have, and this is available. This is only for your first city. You're not gonna have this event, the cornerstone event, for the other cities. It's just for this one, the first settled city. And you can choose actually from having plus 15 to the security, plus 15 to happiness or to knowledge. As I told you, the most important is to be able to build actually something in your city. So I think the most important, and you should actually choose something like 90% of the cases, 99% of the cases, you should choose the happiness. Also, the knowledge might be interesting, but because the city is just at the beginning, so it's quite very small. You're not the this extra knowledge, this 20% extra knowledge is basically go to waste. you're not going to have any advantages. And as Isabel, you don't want to grow too much of your cities, though it's literally this is gonna be it's gonna be for 100 tons. But the happiness you should choose it. There are few exceptions in case, let's say you are at war, you just establish a new city and you are under attack and your new city might be become a target. Maybe, but I never encountered this one. Maybe you can actually choose the victory, but usually go for the happiness, which I gonna do myself. And this moment, at least you're gonna have some kind of extra happiness in your city, and your city gonna start a little bit much more with a little bit much more production. Okay, so let's go a little bit to Picenum, and let's check a little bit the production. So already at level one. So this is city level one, and this is available only for the Isabel. You have quite a lot of production. Normally, for other leaders, the production of this type of cities, they will be something like free. Okay, it's literally nothing. It's going to be free time less than what Isabel can give you. Free time less. Might not be quite very obvious, but of course um, and I think the city it's even increased even more once I get rid of this party crushers event. Might increase to something like 11. Let me do a fast check. I have 8 plus 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have a waste of 0.2, not 0.6. And I'll increase a little bit. Okay, this being said, I started here to develop my first merchant. I gonna need actually the spearman to remove this coyote over here. Great, great. By the way, if you are removing the wild animals, the predators with actually I think I'm gonna show you. It's much more fun showing you than just to talking. So let's go to the next step. We need actually to find a new place for the new settler. So and I'm still not finding any horses, and I don't like this game. I'm kidding. It's not about I'm not finding any horses. Come on, I can live without. Okay, so I'm gonna accelerate this one. Now I have sufficient food to build the second settler. Yeah, this is the second settler for my third city. Let's take this guy. Another thing, very fast. Now, these goods have a certain amount of times. For instance, for the feast, the consumption is one every 5 turns. On the other hand, for example, for the perfume, also it was the case for the baskets. The consumption is one every 10 turns. So if you go here, you're gonna see for the perfumes, actually I'm consuming, come on, I'm consuming only 0.1, okay? For the fees now that I have two cities, I might need to accelerate this in my capital. I'm consuming 0.4 and I'm producing 0.4. That's important. So keep an eye on this crater, yeah, it's a crate over here. It's gonna give you some details if you are overproducing some goods or you are consuming too much. Because if the consumption depasses actually the level of your production, your city will run out of amenities. Okay, next turn. Hmm. And we finish. This is why did I choose this research? It was for uh, unlocking actually all the re potential resources. Okay, so there are two research in this period of time which you're gonna unlock all the research is the husbandry, animal husbandry, and the herbal stuff. So yeah, what was again the name? Forgot. Herbalism, I think. No, animal husbandry and herbalism. Yeah. So the herbalism will gonna show you where is the tea and um, where are the mandrives. Literally to start creating the herbal medicine. Uh, In case you don't want to follow my advice not to grow too much cities, you're gonna need some healthy cities. Okay, so let's go to a very important part is the pottery because I have here the stone pit. Mm. And it might be necessary because actually I'm starting to run a little bit low in stones. Okay, now what even do I have? Hmm. Provide your own. Um, no, I think because just because I have the timber, it's a little bit much more closer. I think I'm gonna choose this one. It's gonna give me 5 prestige only. And by the way, I'm not too shabby on prestige, okay? I'm not at all shabby on prestige. If you remember, I was actually in the remarkable tiers in tiers two, and now I'm the second, being a triumphant. Okay, so I told you not to worry too much about the prestige. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. I know, Isabel, you don't like to be the second in a row. Sorry. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna become the first, the meanest, and yeah, I have some sheep, and I have no horses. I do not discover horses. This is annoying. I would love some horses, especially I have not have too much time to. Oh, by the way, I finished my second farm. You know, it's in a different region, but I would like to show you something on this one too. So this farm will not produce food, okay? Well, it can produce, it has 126, so it's the same as the other one. Not imagine, no, I think it's less because this one has only free, uh, it's literally put on the free yield base. So you can see here, I have 106 production. It's almost the same configuration. I still have the plow. Please show me the. Okay, so here in the multipliers, in the base improvement, I have only 3 times that 100 because I have in this region I have only 3 of food yields. not 4 like in the other region. So this one is 126. To give you an idea about the differences, and in this one it's already 149. So the productivity in this yield is a little bit bigger. Okay, not extremely, but uh, this is the difference. Okay. What else? What else? I don't think so. It's nothing important. Nothing important is happening for the moment. And we're gonna go. And we already played 29. We are at the 30 turn. Okay, so we receive quite. Now, um, and this is actually kudos for the developers. They succeed to do some. Let's say they succeed to do something. Something nice, actually. No, no. Honestly, guys, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As you can see, I already arrived to my to the maximum number of feast. I wanted to craft 5 in my case, and here the my great heart stopped to making those fish. So this is for the moment. It's not gonna do anything this round. And as you can see, actually, I just gonna wait for fish to be consumed in order to produce a new one, which is okay. It's a good thing. For instance, I can put here the jewelry. And by the way, regarding the jewelry. I was quite very at the beginning because jewelry can replace very simple the perfume. Actually, it's a little bit better. It's also give me 15 city happiness, but instead of giving me only 5 prosperity, it's gonna give me something like 10. So instead of 20, having from the perfumes. Okay, 10 happiness and 5 prosperity. They could put it actually in order here. Um, you actually have a little bit more, and you can replace it uh, with this one. So literally, what I gonna do right now, I think I gonna set to create some. The only problem is I gonna get on the materials on minus to create some jewelry in the meantime. For this one not to be, I think I gonna use uh, the wealth in order to do some economy to the because I'm producing quite very maybe here a little bit for a while or maybe precious stone. I don't know. I have few precious stone. What do you think, guys? By the way, don't be shy. You can comment on my videos. I would like to see how what are you thinking about it. I can use some precious metal or as an accelerator for few rounds in order to literally as you can see in almost instantly this one is gonna be available for us. Okay, which is just not bad. But the same thing, if I go to another city, it's going to be the same. But for Isabel, it's not a big difference. For Isabel, it's not a big difference. But the crafting, the again, so let me underline this part. Okay, as you can see here, I have 250, 100 plus 100 plus 50. So each turn, a jewelry which actually cost for the production, it costs it costs actually 500. Only from the accelerator, the uh, in the crafting process, this is gonna receive actually half, okay, of the production it needs in order to be made. So the question is as the following. Do you think it matters actually this 18? No, not even a bit, okay? So the, this production given to me by the Great Heart, which is 22, okay? This production is literally zero, almost zero. If you put it 22 over 500, let me check by the way, the developers of ARA do not know to make the distinguish between percentage and values. And but easy by easy is gonna come, guys. So it's something like 4.4%. Um, it's not four, okay? It's 4.4%, which is neglectable, okay? Um, Now, to obtain 100%, so full jewelry at this production, you're gonna need something like almost 25 turns. Okay, so this production is literally a joke. The production for everything which acts as a workshop, which is crafting some new goods, you forget about it. It literally doesn't worth it to position your buildings according to the potential buffs you're gonna have in the crafting production. So again, this is a hint for the players. This is a joke on the developers which actually made this game. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next one. And finally, we met another nation, the Great Britain, I think. Hopefully. Let's see. Elizabeth. Elizabeth of England. Uh, Isabella is much more beautiful than you are. So, sorry for all the English guys. Um, yeah, maybe being in such a good mood, she's a little bit neutral, but maybe being in such a good mood, she will propose to us some kind of trade agreement to check a little bit on the trade. It will be nice. It will be nice. I'll be honest. Anyway, I'm not able to see her capital for the moment, but I would like to locate her capital. It might be one of the first, how to say, to start to do some great exchanges. Like for instance, you give me your capital, I give you nothing. Sorry. Okay, thank you very much for uh, So now we have a goal to make the Great Pyramids, which is one of the wonders, or here in ARA it's called a triumph. When we're gonna make a triumph, I'm gonna show you what we are talking about. That's some unique buildings. By the way, you should build them fast because some other guys wants to build them too. So we're starting to create the jewelry, which is good. And we have a new claim. Oh, in our small city. Now, there is a question. Where should I expand? Because I'm not gonna have too many expansions, okay, on this one. Sh should I take because here you might say, yeah, put some farms in order to, but also I have this nice wood, and I'm not quite producing quite a lot of food. I have this juicy, literally, lots of space in Malaysia where I can put a lot of industry. Uh, and I have this one where I can put some farms in order to. I think this one for farming should be more than enough. So, that's a very hard decision. Where should I expand? Where should I expand? Literally, if I have to, maybe not the optimal way, um, but yeah, but maybe expanding here in the free wood. I do not know if I want to build those farms for the grains because for the food might not be so great. This one is better for food for the city. Being honest, has 4 yields and um, it's gonna give me that sweet 400%. And even here you can make a huge cluster, but usually you prefer to put that as industry usually. So let's take this one. Yeah, let's take this one. We're gonna have some sculpting material. I already have some copper, which I want to exploit already. And wow, it's already finishing with my and I do not have the copper mine. And maybe here should I let's make the second spearman. And I would like to deploy a force. So what is happening? When you are building actually like a spearman or an archer or whatever unit you want to build, um, you actually after this unit having built is going to be put in reserve. So these are for the moment my reserve. I'm not producing swordsmen, but I stolen one through an event. So this is the spearman I just created. Um, and in order to be able to control some military units, you need to deploy it. I'm gonna deploy it. Also, the spearman it's capable of doing some hunting. you have this sorry, you have this icon which actually tells you that the unit is capable of hunting wild animals. So we'll be able to, for instance, eliminate the coyote over here. On the other hand, if I was to deploy my swordsman to eliminate the coyote, that will not be possible because it doesn't have no hunting. Okay, so um, this is a nice feature of this game. Yeah, I think the swordsmen have these small swords and they are quite very scared about coyote, but they're okay against other guys. They're afraid about animals, or maybe they are in animal protection, something like that. But they're not capable of hunting. But the spearman is for sure. So make sure he has actually this hunting. Let me show you one more time. This hunting icon, because otherwise you're gonna try to attack or to put the unit to destroy a wild animal, and no, that's not possible. Sorry. Okay, so that being said, we're gonna deploy it. It's gonna take 4 turns to deploy this unit in Picenum. And after it is deployed, you can actually control it and do whatever you want with that unit. You can go exploring, you can go attack, you can. Okay. So I think you understood the idea. Next turn, next turn, next turn, next turn. Come on, we have to have some fun. Almost there. It's gonna. Hey, look. This is actually London. The beauty of London. By the way, I've never been to London. I hope it's a beautiful city. The capital of our British friends. Okay, so this is the first turn. So the process of deploying actually the troop is called mastering, and yeah, it's gonna take a 4 turns as we see. Also here, I think no, not here. Here. So when you see this small, you're gonna see here the troops, the units. No, actually, are the units which are. Hmm, it's not so good because a unit. No, the formation you want to deploy. Okay, because actually in my case, this spearman is gonna be deployed in single unit formation. Okay, but let me show you. You have, for instance, this is the squad, one unit, okay, no advantages, but also you have the battalion, which can have multiple tactics. In my case, I gonna have I should have activated the two tactics, the default and the wedge. These are the recommended units should enter in this formation. So for the default, for instance, if I have a melee infantry, okay, not something else, I gonna have for that one 10% plus strength. So it is important to match exactly the uh, what actually it is required. Okay, you can put whatever you want. You can put archers here. It's no problem. But the only problem is not gonna take actually the advantage of having this 10% on strength. Okay. The second slot is recommended for cavalry. The same thing. The first slot is recommended for archers. Also, you have a wedge formation. Okay, the wedge formation, and later on the game, we're gonna say we have all types of formation. We're gonna start to add on these ones. So on this one, for instance, I will need some kind of melee, like the melee infantry, like the swordsman. Okay, and I gonna need to archers in order to that the formation to be um, optimal. Okay, to get actually some benefits from the units being into a formation. To get that extra strength when I'm now the combat. I didn't find any explanation in how the damage is calculated. Maybe when we're gonna see a battle, maybe we figure this out again. But otherwise, it's yeah, it's a mystery. One thing I want to you see this here down where you have the city caps. You also have some caps on your number of troops or formation of you can deploy. So I'm gonna use the term formation when we are talking about multiple units or a deploy formation. So I'm gonna use the term of formation, not force, because it's phew. I don't know. It's a little bit strange, you know. So the squad, it's a formation of one unit. The battalion, it's a formation which actually is comprised by 3 units. Okay, and I have the right to deploy 7 formation, not 7 units, 7 formation. Let's say now there is no limit in how many units you can have in your reserve. Another hint, okay? So uh, imagine the following, the following scenario. You are going to, yeah, you go to war. You want to conquest some new cities. Uh, each city over tier 2 is gonna give you a +1 already in your formation cap. You cannot bypass the formation cap. So let's say for a moment, I'm gonna show you. Let's say a little bit later in the next episode. Let's say for the moment I'm at the cap 7 units, 7 formation deployed. Okay. If I will try to deploy now, being at 7, okay. If I will try to deploy the 8 formation, the game will not let me. Though I might have the units in my reserves. Okay. On the other hand, once I take, let's say I take the British capital, that um, cap will gonna increase because the British capital is gonna have is not gonna be level 1. So the city tier is gonna be over 2, over 1 actually, from 2 onwards. Okay. In that moment, I can actually deploy, I can start deploying another formation inside the captured enemy capital. And I can continue rolling with other units. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a defense, so if the AI is trying to recapture the capital, it's gonna have a problem. Okay, great. But this in the future episode because for the moment I do not have sufficient reserve to deploy actually server information. Okay, now I have my let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Come on, you can wait. Great, the mastering begin. I know. You are mastering. You are the best. I have no idea what the messaging system. This is an improvement, guys. Do not take it as an issue because on the issue you have enough on your plate. Um, this is an improvement. For the messages here, they really become let's not say annoying, but they're actually overwhelming the the player. You cannot make sure what are actually the messages which counts, okay, and which are the messages which I should neglect. For instance, this message, I have collected something. Okay, it might be important. It might not be actually important at all. I don't care. Okay. Um, when something and maybe uh, now um, let me do a small break from what I was talking a little bit regarding the messages. I will come back. Uh, the game actually it's offering you the possibility of going without researching every single technology in a certain age to go to the next era. Okay, so now theoretically, I could just go forward to the bronze working without actually researching the grain storage and the fermenting. The only problem when you want to skip these technologies, the only problem is the following. They are not go you are not gonna be um, there's no possibility to go back and research those. Uh, on the other hand, this so each technology is gonna uh, open or make available certain buildings or certain recipes. Okay, let's take for instance the grain storage. The grain storage is gonna let me to build a bakery, which is industrial building, so crafter. Uh, it's gonna let me to build a granary, which might be nice to build it where you have farms. And it gives me access to two new recipes. One is the bread, and the other one is the grain storage. Those are recipes. Okay. So if I was to choose to go directly to the Bronze Age without researching grain storage, those are not gonna be available for some while. Now let's go to the technology tree, and I would like to see because this technology, if I was not to research those, they might become available a little bit later in the game. So, I think it's in the Iron Age. where I have hospitality. I don't think so. No, not in Iron Age. On the milling, yeah. So here on the milling, so if I was not to research in the ancient history era, and I will skip those two, and I'll go forward to the Bronze Age. In this case, the new technology will become available a little bit, actually much more later, yeah, much later in the game. The bakery, you have the grain storage. I do not see though the granary as a building. I was in the milling, yeah. I do not remember where is the granary. Uh, it's for sure it's not in. Oh yeah, the granary is here. Okay, so in the irrigation, um, which is quite very strange because actually the granary is producing the grain storage recipe. So if I was to study the granary in the irrigation in the Iron Age, I will not be capable of doing grain storage as a good, I think. Um, I will need to wait for the antiquity to discover actually the grain storage. Um, I will not make any recommendations. So if you want to rush the technology, fine. Um, do your uh, do your research in what technology you find necessary, and after that, pass to the new age and pass to the new age, and so on and so forth. On the other hand, um, the I, I don't think the guys which actually developed this game thought through the technology tree. And you may want to you may end up literally getting or missing something just because you didn't study it in the previous eras, and you like to have that one and you cannot have it anymore. And I might not be such a blissful, let's say, playthrough for you. So what I gonna do in this game is actually I gonna research all the technologies. I give you just an example. So let's say you are not researching in the ancient history, the great storage. You're gonna need to when you arrive to the irrigation, you need to actually you're gonna have access only to the building, not to the recipe, which actually is built by the granary. And later on, when you are if you are researching the milling, you're gonna have actually access to the grain storage as a recipe for the granary. So it, I think it's a little bit better to just not bother with this and research of the technology. So for me, these are literally useless. I might build the granary just for the bonus on the harvest production for the farms. but I am not pretty sure if I'm gonna build a fermenting pit for the wine. The wine it's a good it's a little bit a good amenity because it's giving you it's actually can replace the perfume. You're gonna have a small debuff from knowledge, but the happiness it's okay. The happiness it's okay, and also it can work as a supply. So on the dwellings, it is possible that you can put some supplies also in the great hearts and so on. So what I do, a small recommendation, if you have quite a lot of research, and we're gonna have quite a lot of research, being honest, gonna see a little bit later how we're gonna do this. We're gonna study every single technology one by one. So we're not the game is offering though the possibility to jump a little bit faster through the technologies. So this being said, I think I gonna finish this episode here. I gonna continue a little bit the game. So I gonna establish the third city already. I gonna reach my limit with my cities, and go to the other one. Okay, and I gonna move this spearman. Here I think I gonna take this copper because also it can produce materials. And for the materials, how much do you cost? It's actually a little bit cheaper to produce materials from the stone pit. So what I was saying about so you have the just sorry this video is gonna get a little bit longer. It's a little bit confusing the level of the game because both are called resources. Okay. Um, but in our videos, in order to make a little bit of a difference, we're gonna call this map resources, like rice, because you're not gonna collect rice anyway. Um, and these resources, okay? Map resources, resources. So for instance, from the rice, I can obtain grains. The rice is gonna be a map resource, and the grain is gonna be a resource which actually is gonna be presented here, like the spices, like the syrup, timber. As you can see, even the primary, the most, these are also resources for you. Even though they are presented here. So you have the timber, you have the material, and you have the food. You have it the same here, okay? But these are a little bit, let's say, secondary resources. Usually, those are used for crafting mainly different goods. They are used as accelerators. So, from the copper, from the map resource copper, let me see, I have here a copper. From the map resource copper, I can extract copper, which is I'm gonna need 100 production for 1 unit of copper, or I'm gonna extract materials, which I'm gonna need only 20 instead of 25 production, okay? So if I had to extract actually um, materials, I think, and if I have some copper in the region, it's better to start building the stone pit on top of it. It's much more cheaper to extract on that resource, the this secondary, let's say, sorry, not secondary, this primary resource is cheaper than to pay 25, okay? It's quite very obvious. On the other hand, for instance, if I had to build a stone pit on the limestone, on the map resources limestone, you can see I cannot extract material. So Depending on the map resources, you might be able to extract certain primary resources or not, or only secondary resources. So this being said, uh, and which was the most important to correct my mistake from the previous episode. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.